right? Okay. What's your name and what do you do?
My name is Miles. I exist. I exist in this wild world of ours, and I do my best every day.
I'm happy to be here.
I am very happy to be here.
Okay. If I could ask a question, how was your childhood like? In a few words.
My childhood was beautiful. I'm very loved. I come from a very loving family. It was full, can't complain. Cousins running around, parents screaming, but with love. Grandma always there, love her down. That's my G for real. And yeah, my childhood has been a journey of just defining myself, really just figuring out who I am. Anything that I can remember was just joyful, really joyful.
Did you find out who you are now? Do you think you're fully yourself so far?
I don't think you ever really become yourself. You're always changing. We're ever-changing beings. I think that's the beauty of being human and living this life, change.
Do you think you've changed a lot since back then, or how so?
So much. Like, if you ask me, if old me, 2020 me saw me right now, she would be like, icon, you ate that. But yeah, you're always changing. So every time I look back at different versions of myself, I'm sure they would be very proud of who I am right now. I'm excited for me at 30. I'm excited for me at 40. I am ecstatic about turning 60. So can't wait.
How were the past versions like?
The past versions of me,
Yeah.
So, I love them all dearly. Some of them made mistakes. Some of them were like hard to, they were hard people, but all of them serve their purpose and they all define who I am today. So love them, all in all, I love them all dearly.
What was their purpose?
Their purpose, that's a good question. Their purpose they all played a specific purpose in a lesson that needed to be learned for me to be who I am today, or for me to learn what I needed to learn. So they all had different purposes, I guess I'll say.
Could you go more into the purposes? If you could tell us one.
Purpose. I guess I had to go through a journey of hating myself so I can learn to love myself. Okay? That's deep. I had to go through a journey of hating who I am, being ashamed of who I am. But that journey was necessary for me to know that I never want to go back there. It was necessary to learn that I am loved. I am worthy of love. So different lessons in that journey, learning to be loved, learning that you are enough, that you are valuable as you are. You do not need to overextend yourself or prove your value. As soon as you stepped out of the world, you've been valuable. So different purposes, but all valuable. And all of them are a bit tricky to talk about. I'm not gonna lie.
Like you just said, right? During that period, do you feel like you've lost close relationships or friendships during your time of discovering who you were?
Close relationships or friendships. I think any relationship or friendship or family relation that I've lost wasn't just meant to be. It wasn't in alignment with who I was becoming. And I think that's okay. I do not grieve them. I do not miss them. I am excited for the new relationships I am gonna make and what the future holds. Yeah.
Side note, quick question. How would you say you feel about Jesus Christ?
Damn. Jesus. I love him. I love what he did. 40 days and 40 nights. Like, who does that? The turning water into wine. Iconic. Love a good glass of wine. If you're asking about my relationship with Christ and the religion, I used to be very religious. I think it was beautiful. I found a lot of solace in religion. It felt like I always had someone holding my back when I was alone. So there was a lot of beauty there, a lot of strength that I found in there. But I guess at some point it became a lot about shame and a lot about fear in the religion. Regardless of how you practice it, it operates on a lot of shame and fear, uses a lot of shame and fear. But as I've defined myself, I still see a lot of value in Christianity, I think, for other people, not necessarily for me. I understand that it can be a great place to find solace, to find yourself, to define yourself even, and I love that for anyone who's doing it. For me personally, I think as I keep saying I've defined myself, it's because I don't necessarily believe you find yourself. But as I keep on growing and being exposed to more to the world, Christianity is not really in the cards for me because it exposes me to a lot of hurt that I don't think I deserve. And I think I'm okay with that. And I think that's beautiful in its own right. Yeah.
Like, I just forgot.
So,
The thing you said, so what would you say to people? Like you just said, finding yourself, right?
yeah.
You said you don't find yourself. Could you expand on that?
Yeah, I don't think in this life you find yourself per se. I think you go through experiences, you try different things, hobbies, go traveling, see the world, so that you can add on to who you are and define who you want to be. I don't think you find your values, you define them. I don't think you find your purpose, you define it by constantly allowing yourself to learn more, to being open-minded to different experiences, to different parts of the world. So yeah, I don't think it happens. I don't think you lose yourself at any point during your journey and then you magically find yourself when you're 30 or 50 or whatever. I think it's a continuous journey of change as humans. As you learn more, as new sets of data come in, you become. And that's the beauty of living. So, hence why I don't believe in it.
Yeah. So just to wrap up, right? What would you say to someone who's currently in their 2020 you version?
2020 me.
Yeah.
Oh, who was 2020? I think 2020 me was ambitious. She wanted to eat the world, and I think she did it. Actually, if I could get back the ambitiousness of 2020 me, I would tell her to, keep on holding on to that, because the world is hard, guys. It's no joke.
Yeah.
But for anyone who would be in the same situation as me, I would tell them to keep on trusting their gut, to keep on believing, having hope for a better, I think life can feel especially when we're in our 20s and we're young, life can feel like everything is happening to you all at the same time and it all feels heavy. But I promise you there is a waterfall beyond that bridge. There is beauty beyond the mountain. And you just gotta believe in better and keep on going. Keep on swimming. Word to Dory. You just gotta keep on going. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Peace out.
Damn, that was a lot. I didn't like that. I hope I look good.
That was amazing, actually.
This is.
Oh yeah, because